G'day, how you doing? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my YouTube video where I like to teach beginners how to paint in acrylic. I'll get the sizes on the canvas there for you like that, and also we'll get some colours going up the screen for you as well. There's probably not too many colours in here. If there's a bit more than too many, well, maybe there was a bit more than what I thought. Now this is going to be quite an interesting painting for two reasons. It's going to have a bit of both in it. So I'm going to paint in the background, so to speak, and I want to knife in, that's why I got the knife here, some foreground subject matter. So it'll have a bit of both in it. So when someone's walking past your painting, they'll look at it and go, oh, I like that. It's got a bit of both in that. I love it. All right, that's the sort of effect it's going to have on people, okay? So let's get over here and get right into it, all right? Come on. So I've got some craft paint down there and I'm going to add some retarder into that. People might ask, what's retarder if you're new to my channel? Never heard of retarder before. It's that liquid I just put into the paint. Now it's an additive you add to acrylic paints and it makes it stay wet longer. All right, my horizon line is just under halfway. So I'm going to just map in the sky area with this craft paint and retarder so I can get some beautiful acrylic colours blending in the sky. Half of this painting, I'll just go to halfway there and then I'll work out what I'm going to do laterwards. But all I have to do is concentrate on this half for now. So I've got it all on there, and I normally get it all on there like that with my big flat putter on a brush. Then I like to just thin it down and smoothen it up. You don't want this stuff really thick and gluggy, okay? You want a nice thin coat on your canvas. Now I've got some burnt umber and some white, titanium white out of the tube, not the craft white, Indian yellow and Australian sienna, or like a red gold. Now I want to first just get some of this burnt umber and lighten up, okay, just to get this value here. I don't need too much of this, just this is going to be like the polluted area on the horizon line, something so to speak. Then I'm going to have to clean the brush and mix my other colour. Now I've washed my brush. I want the Australian sienna first. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this. And just where my horizon line is, I want to come from my horizon and then bring this up. Bring it up, but I need a band of yellow, so I don't want to go too heavy with that. Look at that beautiful colour, this. There we go, get that right in the horizon line there like that. And we'll probably put some while we're going at it. Get some at the top half as well. Right at the top. And I want to leave the band where I want the yellow. So I want the yellow sort of here. So I'll get this like that. Now I'm going to massage it in nicely. There we go. And with this bit here. Beautiful. We've just left a bit in the middle for the Indian yellow. Now I've just washed this brush. I've given it a severe flogging in my beater bucket and it's ready to go with another colour because I like using the same brush. So we want this for the middle area of our sky. And get it right in here. Look at this, it's a beautiful yellow, nice bright yellow. And then we can blend this up into the Australian sienna. Look at that, beautiful. Beautiful. And then the same down here. Get a bit more. And we've got nice gradients of those two colours. It's looking quite artistically great. Now everything on the canvas is still wet. I'm just going to pick up this burnt umber I mixed with some white just to get on the horizon line over our sienna. So I don't want to brush this on, I want to kind of stamp it on. Where's my horizon line? So I want this pretty much on the horizon line all the way across. Doesn't matter if it dubulates up and down a bit, just like that. And we can probably come over here a bit higher off in the distance there, creating distance. All right, so now I'm going to get the very bottom of that done. Now I'm just going to grab my putter on a brush, and I want to lightly, let's start from the bottom here. Yeah, there we go. Just lightly push it into the painting like that. I'll get this little bit out the way there. Push it into the painting. Oh, do it straight. I went a bit crooked there. Move it around a bit. There we go. Okay, I've got another fan brush. I'm just grabbing the Australian Sienna, or the red gold, or / an orange colour. And I want to just carefully lace some of this over the yellow like this. Nice and straight like this. Just sort of tapering up in the sky there. Bit of darker values there. Now I've cleaned my putter on a brush, and I'll just give that some sweeps as well. Oh yes, look at that, beautiful. There we go, simple, artistic and lovely. Now I've got the burnt umber again. It can be lightened up with some of that lighter colour, but it's going to be pretty much dark, but it doesn't matter if it gets a bit lighter here. And we want to darken up the corner in the sky now. And pretty much in this corner, where's my tape? The tape's there where that dot is. That's the corner of my tape. So I want to pretty much get this nice and dark here, and then I will start to gradiate it and finger it out into the orange colours there, okay? Having little pockets, nice and solid there, but then I can start breaking up and having little pockets, see here, of the orange in the middle of it all, just like that. Now I'm going to try and hurry here because I want this radiating across the sky. I'll grab a blending brush and I'll start blending this in that motion, okay? Giving it some turmoil, letting the brush make all the mishmash within there and giving it the characters and the artistic look that I'm going for, okay? Now I've got to wipe the brush. It's building up a lot of paint. There we go. Now, like I said, I want to kind of hurry and do this because that paint, it's quite a warm day here today, so if I leave it too long, the retarder's not going to work as well because it's such a hot day. And if this had no retarder in it, I'd have Buckley's doing this procedure that I'm doing right now. There we go. Now I've just got to keep adding a bit more because it's not quite the shape that I want yet. I want it really coming down here. Now, if you're first time doing this, like, get a bit more in there, like I've done a little bit less at a time there, right? Do a bit less at a time. Blend it, blend it. And that's why I wanted to get those orange bits in first because they're under here. We can sweep that as well. Wipe the brush. It builds up so much paint. It's important to wipe your blending brush. Okay? And we're adding turmoil. Come right off the painting there. Nice colours here. Add some dark, so to speak, yumminess. You know, like when you've seen me do clouds. Well, this can be the darker bits of yumminess, just to break it up. Okay. Well, I might, just for the sake of it, put some, where are we? I'm going to have a palm tree here, so about here. I might put some white glow in the sky, representing some moonlit whatever, I don't know. So I'm just got it on my finger there. Now I want it there. So you don't have to do this. This is just something I want to do. So I'm going to put it on. That paint's still reasonably damp. Okay, I've got it on. I want to wipe my finger. Okay. Now my gloves are quite rubbery, and for a bit of luck, they'll act like a wipe it. Yeah, see what I'm getting there? I'm getting that distorted white, but in an artistic candle flame look about it in the sky there. That's what I'm going for. I feel the finger would have done a better job what I'm doing here than what a brush would have. That's just what I want. There we go. Now I'm going to use another finger to dull that bit down there. Control it. Beautiful. All right, back to me putter on a brush. Just get some more of this craft paint so as I can prime in the bottom half where the water will be okay. So I'll just get all this, because this is, painting on this craft paint is easier than painting on the dry, chalky feel of the actual canvas. I'll get all that on there. And now I'll try and cut in our horizon line reasonably level. Somewhere about there. Now I've just got me Indian yellow, and I'm going to grab some of the burnt umber and mix with this. And I want to get, yeah, that's the kind of feel I'm looking for. Now I want to get this colour pretty much over the water, so I'll do it in lineal motions here, or lineal, and then I'll add my darker values. Okay, it's sort of like a greeny brown. That's pretty much the colour I want, and the bits that I'm leaving behind are going to be darker values of the water. This is just the light bit for now. Let me put it on a brush, it's dirty, I'm using my blender. I'm going to grab just the darker value, and I can mix in with this, it's okay. This colour here of the burnt umber mixed with some white. And I'll grab my bullshit stick, let's hope that's wet enough. I want to at least crisp in the horizon line, nice and sharp. That way this stick just keeps it nice and level. But the brush is breaking up. Now the white paint underneath is allowing all this to move the way it needs to move. I'll try and get that a bit more sharper there. I've just wet the brush a little bit, just so as it'll transfer a little bit better than what it has been. I'll detail that later. And now I want to scallop in just some darker areas of the water. Over here, radiating out here. Mainly along here. And hopefully, nice band coming up here as well. Hopefully my paint has stayed wet long enough for me to waterify it with my putter on a brush. Let's see. Oh, just. There we go. I'll get right up there. Yes. Right up there, yes. Look at that. And it's a different value than the darker colours on the sky, which is what you need or what you want, okay? Now we've got our darker colours in the water. I'm just going to push it a bit more, play with it, massage it, fine tune it like you're tuning the distributor and your timing gear in the motor there. There you go. Now just to finish that off, we'll put some kind of reflection in the water for the moon or the sun, whatever it is. So we've got our titanium white here, and I've got some craft white down there as well. So I'll get this on my finger there. And in a straight line from there, pretty much come from there all the way down into your water in an artistic way, okay? Now we'll see if the putter on a brush is going to waterify that. It is. You want to leave enough of it there. You don't want to get rid of too much, so play with it as you go. There we go. And the rest will be done with the toothbrush. So we have the water. I've got a flat toothbrush, a cheap, dirty, snotty little one from the hotel room I took. Get it in the water. This is the best way to do it. Get it in the water and then start incorporating the paint into it, okay? There we go. So the paint is quite inky. Now, either dry the top half of your, cover that up so you don't get any of this in the sky. And we'll start from here, and you want to concentrate it out there just like that. And as you're coming to the bottom of your painting, I'll pick up some more, you kind of fair it out and let it broaden across the surface of the water there. And we all know what this does, it just adds that glimmer of shimmer on top of the water. So keep it concentrated and condensed where your actual reflection is. Then you can get a little bit out there, not too much. Don't do it all that way and skinny at the foreground, do it this way, if you can remember. There we go, that'll do it. I'll just take this off. I just didn't want any silly little dots in the sky half of the water. Now the rest I'm going to do with the knife, so I'll just got simple burn umber here. I'm going to lay the paint out, okay, wipe the knife, and then just pick it up the way I want it on the knife, and I'm going to knife in at least the trunk of the palm. And I want it to come from about here. Oh, this handle's a bit there. So I'm just sort of getting my points in first, and probably right up here. So you want it nice and skinny, and use the knife to get it the appropriate thickness. I'm pushing the knife as I come down to make it a bit fatter, because I do want this to be a bit of both, like I said. Bit of a knife painting, bit of a brush painting. And it's going to be quite textured, which will give it that artistic vibe about it, because it's got to have that artistic vibe. Now hopefully it worked, I did want this trunk to be a little bit bentish and skinny type, but it's sort of gone a bit fatter. You can get a better control with your brush, but this is all right. All right, and we'll put some other stuff about here. So something about there. Let's get it there first, and then we can go from it. So we want something about here. Yeah, there we go. Something a bit on the arched. Come on. There we go. Because this is something in the very foreground you can barely see. And I'll get these on there first, and then we'll detail them. So I'm pretty much putting these out and moving them around like that. There we go. And the same for up here. So we want bits of palm stuff up here. Blob it on thick if you have to. Blob it on nice and thick. This is probably like a cotton palm, this one. I just want to kind of use the brush to, not the brush, the knife to create it all, just like that. Because it's going to give it that vibe, I'm hoping. It's nice and thick in the middle. Can have something stringing down there. And you just use the tip of the knife to create all the vibes of it all. Getting there. First time I'm doing this type. I've never done a tree, or especially a palm. I've done a tree with a knife previously, but I haven't done a cotton palm or a palm. And this bottom one we want to fix as well. And then we might have to do some bits with the brush just to kind of give it that vibe like I'm trying to talk about, because there is a vibe we're looking for within our painting. Okay. Okay, now coming over this side, I'll probably detail that a bit better with some a brush movement, because I'm having trouble with the knife. Now we want to get coming right off the painting here. So we'll get our knife, keep these level, we'll get a knifed on, we'll get a jetty coming out to about here somewhere. So let's get him knifed on there like that. I'll get that stick out the way, it's not doing any good. It doesn't work for that. So stamp your jetty on. Now keep it reasonably level. I've got a funny feeling mine might have went a little bit crooked. Let's hope not. It's a bit high as it's coming off the painting. There we go. Get some more. I'll just try and get another line under that. I'm just going to try and make some kind of arty jetty structure out here. And there. Okay, just something so as I can do it without having the stress over and being all uneven. So I've got it on the edge of the knife there, and we'll stick in all the pylons for the jetty. And as we're doing it, we'll add the, you know, they got so many crisscrosses in it as well. And this way. Be sure to keep loading your knife up and having good paint going on there. Sometimes it's so easy to just keep wanting to get it on there. Now I will get some more distinctive ones coming up and down, because I don't feel there's some up and down is enough. Yeah, look at that, nicely, there we go. We'll scatter them. That's better. I will get that top half a lot more solid with the knife, so come along like this. And if you want, I might even put some lamp posts on it or something. I'll wipe the knife and reload it, just so as we can get some maybe something popping up here. Yeah, some lamp posts popping up. You want them a lot finer than that, but that's it, do it for now. I might detail that with paint. All right, I'll get this tape off. Now it's important to put a shadow under that. So to get a shadow under that, I just want some of the actual paint. I don't want it watery, I want it just watery or smear it everywhere. Now I've added some length to some of those pylons. When I took the tape off, it was out of perspective, so I've sort of come longer here. And we just want to kind of put some lightly, I'm just using a flat, see here, up in there and around it. And this is going to kind of just sit the jetty in the water with its own shadow. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of every now and then bring some into this band of water here. Just like that, just so it kind of joining things up. Now I just got a little detail brush and I'll try and fix that kiosk up. Just put a little 4-hipper roof on it. Something like that, just in silhouette. And maybe something here as well. This first kiosk has got nothing in it, it's just got a man in the window, and you walk all the way along the jetty, you're so tired, and he's the one just to tell you, nah, it's further up there to get your ice cream, not here. Just to make you walk across the whole jetty there. Anyway, it's usually the way when you're out touring in it. I'm just going to get a bit of white on a detail brush. Now I'll wipe most of it off because I just thought where these lampposts are, they can have a bit of light glaring around them, I suppose. Let's just see what it's going to look like. Just something subtle. Got to find the right. How's that looking? Yeah, a little bit of shining light up there. Just something to make it look like there's little lights on, and we could probably put a reflection of it on this hut there as well, kiosk. There we go. I hope that looks like little lights on there. Okay, now back to detailing our palms. I've just got a flat brush. I've watered the paint down just a little bit, and I want to be able to detail some of the palmness in here. So I'll get some nice pointy stuff up there like that, and we'll get some palm, there we go, some palmy stuff happening. Just something like that. I want to just scratch in bits and pieces here and there. It's not a neat picturesque one, it's just one that looks kind of there, scratchy. There we go. Scratch it down here. There we go, yeah. I thought it was a cotton palm, but it's sort of turning half cotton palm and half palm, so. And the same with this, we'll get some, that's how they should have went up like that. Some cotton palm leaves coming off here, yeah. Out there, yeah. Out there, yeah. Just scratching some hairy stuff on it. There we go. I'm just getting this brush and getting some kind of something there. I have put a little bit of white with that brown just to kind of add maybe some kind of depth within this structure here. Something within here as well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't need it, but I tried with a fan brush. I mean, I've tried with a knife. I'm just seeing if it warrants any kind of moonlight reflection with this real dirty white on this side of the trunk of the palm. And you can choose whether to add this or not. I don't know, I just thought I'll break this corner up with something as well. Maybe something in the foreground here. Just out of shot. Okay, let's whack a frame on that and just see how this half knife painting, half paintbrush painting turned out. There we go, that's not too shabby, is it? Beautiful knife palm, bit of a jetty out there. Quite simple and effective to do. It's very easy to do, and once it's up on the wall, someone's going to look at that and go, oh wow, that's nice. Bit of both going on in that. And just remember, you can do that. And also make sure that you have a look at my links in the description below. There's quite a few to look at there. All my tutorials are for sale, and there's prints available of them as well. Message me on Facebook, become a member of my art group page on Facebook. All the links are below, okay? And just remember, if you like what I'm doing, you tell your friends, but if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody, okay? Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.